Hey, my name is Taylor Repine, and I'm a freshman at UT studying supply chain management. Okay, my sophomore year in high school, I was sitting in front of my entire audience of my student body, and my heart was racing as I sat in the chair on stage, watching the clock and staring down every minute that went by as my fellow students trickled into the auditorium. Forcing myself to stay calm, I looked down at my speech, my hands shaking as I held up the papers. Before long, after all 500 members of my high school were seated, friends and teachers kept coming up to me saying, "Good luck, you're gonna do great." It was finally time. It was the moment I had been dreading since day one. I had been mentally preparing myself to just tough it out and get through this day without any problems and to think about it like it was any other day. I was about to give my first chapel talk my sophomore year in high school. At my high school, every sophomore and senior is required to give a 6 to 8 minute speech about anything they want to talk about. Most of the talks are pretty bad considering that how nervous everyone is, and most people don't have an interesting enough topic to hold the attention of 500 people full of their peers and teachers. It's a massive pain for anyone, including the extroverts and people who are naturally outgoing. I didn't realize how beneficial they actually were until after I gave my senior talk and came to the conclusion that without having been fully immersed in my worst nightmare, not once but twice, all of this other stuff such as smaller presentations and simply introducing myself at orientations and in classes would have been much harder. I wouldn't say that I'm a shy person, but I have horrible anxiety when it comes to standing up and talking about myself or really talking about anything in front of large groups of people. Although most high schools don't do chapel talks, I felt they were exceptionally helpful, especially for people similar to myself. I don't have a problem talking to anyone or with meeting new people, but my body goes into fight or flight mode every time I've had to stand up and present anything. There's a good chance it's going to happen during this talk, and it's probably happening right now. My heart will start racing, I start sweating, and it feels like I'm on a roller coaster that's only going straight down. This has been happening for as long as I can remember, and I honestly don't know why, because I really enjoy talking to people, and I have yet to be able to control my own body when presenting anything. During my 4 years in high school, I never once went down to make an announcement, and I would get nervous just standing up when they called my name for sports or academic recognition. I feel as if most people can relate to this, since I only know about 10 that actually enjoy getting up and talk and always being the person in group activities to share what they learned with the class. Anxiety is something most people struggle with during their life, especially through high school and college due to the overwhelming pressure we receive on a daily basis. After the 6 longest minutes of my life while giving my sophomore chapel talk, it was the best feeling ever, and even better after my senior talk. Imagine the most relieved you've ever felt, and then add some. I was done with my biggest worry of the year, and now I could relax. After presenting my sophomore chapel talk, I felt as if any other presentation would be a piece of cake, considering there isn't much worse that a high school or college student can do than talking in front of their entire student body. These talks truly helped me as a person and helped me find ways to work through my anxiety and to help me open up with receiving help for it. I truly envy the people who are able to get up and say anything and be completely comfortable giving a speech or a presentation without their voice shaking, without fidgeting, and without just awkwardly moving around. My goal with this class is to get to that point. I want to be completely in my element, talking in front of people and talking in front of anyone and everyone, and I want to train my body not to flip out on me every time I have to stand up and say anything and have all the attention on me. I know talking about anxiety is kind of cliche, but it's something that has been part of my life for a really long time, and I want people to be aware that finding ways to work through it and getting through nightmare situations such as my chapel talks are always going to be beneficial for yourself to grow as a person. Thank you.